In 2002, the United States Army had a weapon that worked. It had passed its tests, it had funding. It had a production line ready to go, and then the Pentagon canceled it after spending what would eventually total over $14 billion. No scandal, no catastrophic failure, no congressional outrage. Just a phone call from the Secretary of Defense, and one of the most advanced artillery systems ever designed was quietly put in a drawer. The XM-2001 Crusader was supposed to be the future of American firepower. So why did it die before it ever fired a single shot in combat? The answer says more about how America fights wars than it does about the weapon itself. To understand the Crusader, you have to go back to the Cold War. Through the 1970s and 80s, US Army planners were obsessed with one nightmare scenario: Soviet tank columns punching through the Fulda Gap in West Germany. NATO's strategy, air-land battle, relied on mobile, fast-moving ground forces backed by massive artillery firepower. The problem was that American self-propelled howitzers at the time, primarily the M109 Paladin, were aging, and the Soviets were fielding newer, faster, more capable artillery of their own. So in the mid-1980s, the Army launched a program to build a replacement. Something faster, something more powerful, something that could survive on a modern battlefield and still deliver devastating fire on demand. The program went through several names and redesigns over the years. By the 1990s, it had become the XM-2001 Crusader, a joint project between United Defense and the Army, with development centered at their facility in York, Pennsylvania. The concept was ambitious: a fully automated, self-propelled 155mm howitzer that could operate in any climate, reload without a crew member stepping outside the vehicle, and sustain a higher rate of fire than anything in the current US arsenal. This wasn't just an upgrade to the Paladin, it was a generational leap. The Army wanted a system that would dominate the battlefield well into the 21st century, and for a while, it looked like they might actually build it. The Crusader was, by almost any technical measure, extraordinary. At its core was a 155mm cannon capable of firing at a sustained rate of 10 to 12 rounds per minute, more than twice the Paladin's rate at the time. An automated ammunition handling system meant the crew never had to manually load shells. Less exposure, less fatigue, less error.